Hello, what's up, YouTube? We are 7 days, 1 hour, and 26 minutes away from Path of Exile 3.3 Incursion League being dropped and released. We're a week away. It's nearly a week, like to the hour. We are almost there, and so I'm expecting over the next 7 days, over this last week, for the amount of announcements to be made to slowly build up until we get full-on patch notes and we can start theory crafting and building all of our different ideas that we've got for playing in the PoE Incursion League. But today we've got some new excitement, the skill revamp for Elemental Hit. That's right, raise your hand and leave a comment if you ever played a build with Elemental Hit before 3.3, because chances are, if you did, it was crap. But now we may see this skill actually become flavor of the month. Who knows? We'll see. We've yet to see numbers on all of this, exactly how efficient this is going to be. Nonetheless, here's the announcement on the skill revamp for Elemental Hit. As a part of our efforts to revamp many existing skills in Content 3.3, we're also making some improvements to Elemental Hit. Today's news features more details about what's changing and a video from Siggy D where he interviews Rory about Vol skills. By the way, side note, highly recommend that you watch this. I'm going to include the link down below. Elemental Hit is receiving large mechanical changes as well as some damage adjustments with the goal of bringing it in line with other impactful skills. It will still choose a random element of damage to deal with each attack, but it will not deal any other type of damage with that attack. For example, if cold damage is chosen, the attack will only deal cold damage. It is also important to note, Elemental Hit cannot deal the same type of damage sequentially unless it can only deal one type of damage. More on that later. We have increased the chance to freeze, shock, and ignite at level 1. It is now 30% and scales up to 49% at level 20. Each hit from Elemental Hit causes a small explosion, which deals damage in an area around the monster. Hits against monsters that are affected by an ailment of the chosen element will cause much larger explosions. For example, if you hit a frozen monster with cold damage, it will create a much larger explosion. Elemental Hit attacks deal 10% more damage per elemental ailment on the enemy. Notice that says more damage, not increased. Oh yeah. This means that if you have all 4 elemental ailments on your target, you are now dealing 40% more damage. You may be wondering how you focus on an element of your choice. The answer lies in a new jewel that we're adding in Content Update 3.3, which has 3 variations. Each variation of the jewel supports Elemental Hit in a different but similar way. Here are the 3 jewels. There's Combat Focus. Elemental Hit deals 10% increased damage, and with a total of 40 strength and intelligence and radius, Elemental Hit cannot choose cold. Then we've got Combat Focus, which gives you Elemental Hit deals 12% increased damage, and with 40 total dexterity and strength and radius, Elemental Hit cannot choose lightning. And lastly, Combat Focus. Elemental Hit deals 12% increased damage. With 40 total intelligence and dexterity and radius, Elemental Hit cannot choose fire. So that's what we've got. 3 basically threshold jewels that are going to be appropriately used and slotted for Elemental Hit. Each variation of the jewel has a unique property that restricts the type of damage that Elemental Hit can deal. Socket 2 of these jewels into your tree and suddenly you have an Elemental Hit that always deals fire damage. On the other hand, socket just 1 of these jewels and suddenly you're left with a skill that only deals fire and cold damage. Remember that we noted that it can't deal the same type of damage sequentially? Suddenly you have a skill that pairs very nicely with Elemental Equilibrium, as each attack will alternate between the types of damage it deals, taking full advantage of the reduced resistances. Oh yeah, imagine that. Why do you need to penetrate resistances when you can just take full advantage of Elemental Equilibrium? This is EE attackers' wet dream right here. This is amazing. Finally gone are the days of an Elemental Hit that lacks unique visual effects. We've added new effects for each of the elements, as well as the effects for the explosions that occur around monsters. Check out the preview down below. So let's take a look here. Here's the Elemental Hit. Here he's jumping between cold, lightning, and fire here. Here's lightning to fire, fire, cold. There's lightning and cold. Using it on a bow. Using it on a bow with, looks like maybe GMP or LMP. Using it on a wander. Again, a wander with LMP. Nope, that's GMP right there. That's pretty cool. It looks pretty nice. That's worth 2 watches. It looks pretty nice. Notice the size of the explosion as well. If he double hits with it, if the character double hits, if he hits somebody that's got the ailment, it explodes even larger, the effect of the ailment. So you can really spread ailments really quickly. I like it. It looks cool. At the very least. At the very least. I mean, you can always leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Does it at least look cool? Here's the video of Ziggy D chatting with Rory, who's one of the developers. I'm going to link that as well down below because it's an awesome interview. I watched all of it as soon as I could. If you haven't yet satisfied your appetite for more details about skill gyms and content 3.3, you're in luck. Ziggy was in New Zealand and he prepared an interview with senior game designer Rory Rackham about vol skills. So you can check that out down here. It's 17 minutes. I watched all 17 minutes of it while I was eating breakfast this morning. It looks awesome. Vol skills are going to be awesome. This vol themed expansion is going to be awesome. We are 7 days away from Incursion. Get hype.